What are the different types of protein? Right, we're talking about protein right now, and you're saying don't count how much you're eating and don't measure it.
Okay. A simple way to understand instead of measuring it. See, I always believe in sustainable lifestyles, right? So you have to learn how to eat with your eyes.
Okay.
You don't weigh your rice and you weigh your sabzi and you weigh your dal. How long will you do that? Also, the emotion with which you do things matters.
Of
So
course.
if every time I have to weigh my khana and weigh my roti and weigh my chawal, is it possible? And I'm creating more anxiety while doing that. Food has to be simple. Life is complicated enough. Food has to be simple. So learn to eat with your eyes. So I never teach people how to weigh food. I teach them how to eat in portion sizes. So it'll be katori and spoons. So I'll tell you, you're allowed 1 katori of chawal. Now 1 katori of chawal, 2-3 baar wo katori mein dal ke khaoge, so you will come to know andaze se if you're taking it from a bowl of chawal, it's about 3 spoons of chawal will give you that 1 bowl. Now when you talk about adequate clothes for your carbs, it has to be according to the size of the body.
Carb.
Correct.
Okay.
So if I'm a large person, if I wear small clothes, it doesn't look good.
But isn't it better if I'm having a roti as a carb? Isn't it better if I have more, say, paneer as protein?
Why not? Protein should be more. I don't love paneer as a source of protein, okay, but yes, I can do more protein. Now, when I'm a large, small clothes don't look good on me, but extra large clothes will still look good on me, right? So if I'm wearing a little bit extra in terms of clothes, it's only good for me.
Oh my God, this is, by the way, the perfect place, a perfect podcast for you to give this analogy.
Okay, so when you talk about how much protein, see the size of your carb. When you're talking about how much protein, you see the size of the carb. So if you're eating a bowl of rice, it should have a bowl of dal and a bowl of sabzi. That's your protein that much carb requires. And if you want to do 1.5 bowl of sabzi and 1.5 bowl of dal and make your carb half, no one's stopping you. But at the end of the meal, you should still feel full and satisfied. That's the idea.
And I think what I'm learning is that you should also be able to ask yourself if this is something I can do in a sustainable manner.
And I can do
Then
this.
I'm always going to be able to stick to a half a roti and...
Correct. See,
Okay.
if nothing, see, remember, forbidden fruits are always sweeter. Okay. So if I tell you cannot eat rice to lose weight, you will always look towards rice, and although you don't like rice, you will miss the rice. Because I told you can't eat it. So I don't believe in forbidden nutrition. I believe in sustainable nutrition or intelligent nutrition. Okay. Now, some people give me a lot of flack for it, but rice, for example, instead of having it freshly cooked, if you cook, cool, and reheat your starch, you convert 50% of the starch to resistant starch. And that your body can't digest, and therefore doesn't spike your blood sugar levels. So instead of eating rice that I made today, I will eat rice that I had made yesterday, kept it in the fridge, cooled it. It was covered well in terms of a box. It was cooled at the perfect temperature. It was reheated at a perfect temperature and then enjoyed. The sugar spike is 50%.
Is this also the same for bread?
Yes. So my bread is always kept in the freezer. I remove the sourdough, put it straight into the toaster, grill it, garma garam, eat it. The same holds good for potatoes. The same holds good for roti. It holds good for pasta. Enjoy it. Cooked, cooled, reheated. See, back then, our grandparents didn't do this. I tell you, do what your grandparents did. Okay, so our grandparents didn't do this, but they didn't have the amenities that I have today. They didn't have the perfect refrigerator. They didn't have a microwave to be able to reheat my food. I have both of them. I have airtight containers to seal my food. I have a gadget which keeps my food at -4 degrees, and then I have a gadget that reheats it by rotating the water molecules and heating it evenly all throughout. So I can afford to do that. It's just science.
But this is super fascinating. So I saw a reel about it, and then I just started doing it.
Yeah.
And you know how you need to trust your sources? This is something that I have to double check with you today, and I'm so glad you spoke about it.
Ayurveda says it's not good for you, but I'm not going against any religion. I'm not going against any science principle. I am a girl of science, if I didn't have amenities to keep it in the fridge, like my grandmother didn't, I didn't have a microwave. How will you heat rice if you didn't have a microwave? Now I have all of it. You have to trust science. It has been done, tested, and proven. As I always believe, instead of having fear nutrition, you're not allowed to eat bread or you're not allowed to eat rice. Instead of saying don't eat your bread, I would just take your bread, put it into the freezer, and then when you want to eat it, toast it and enjoy it. What you do by this purpose is that you are doing a process known as retrogradation, where you are converting 50% of the starch into resistant starch. Now, resistant starch is not the starch you can digest to increase your sugar levels, but this works as food for your gut microbiome and therefore gives the bacteria food to eat. Literally a little bit like what lettuce does. Lettuce doesn't increase your blood sugar levels, but it's fiber for your probiotics in your tummy. So that's what it will make to the starch in the bread or the rice. So when you cook, cool and reheat the rice. Now once you reheat it, you're not reversing this retrogradation, okay? It still stays as is. So 50% is resistant starch. Won't spike your blood sugar levels and therefore you can eat your bread and eat your rice and have 50% lesser glucose spikes as compared to freshly cooked rice or bread.
Okay,
Close
amazing.
enough?
Perfect. Please, this is what you need to talk about, because the thing is that this is it's just a unique perspective, literally.
Okay. So paneer is a source of protein for vegetarians, but when we see a source of protein, we have to say that it comes at a cost to give you X grams of protein. What else is it giving you in terms of food value? So paneer is giving you protein at the cost of a lot of fat. That is why it is cottage cheese, and which is why it's such a yummy source of protein. So if you tell anyone to eat 100, 200, 300 grams of paneer, no one is going to say no. But yes, it will give me that kind of protein at the cost of a lot of fat. And if I'm looking at weight loss, then that's not the smartest source of protein I would recommend to you. It's as simple as that. I would enjoy it as a delicacy, as I would enjoy cheese. I'm not saying never eat it, but don't think of it as pure, innocent, only protein food. It's coming at the cost of a higher fat. And when you are trying to take care of total body fat loss, it is a food that I will eat with caution. I'm not saying don't eat it. I don't believe in fear. But I'm not saying it's a free food.
And what are your favorite sources of protein?
Eggs.
Okay.
If I would have got a paisa for every anda I have recommended, I'd be a billionaire.
Okay,
I'd be a billionaire.
and for a vegetarian?
For my vegetarians, it's going to be sprouts because it's partially digested. Therefore, it's easier for people to eat larger amounts. They could even make it into a homemade protein powder. Take whichever pulse that you digest better. So is there one pulse that is superior to the other? No. So if moong is your preferred choice or mat is your preferred choice, take moong or mat, sprout it. While it's wet, actually, I wouldn't dry it. I would put lots of masalas because we as Indians like spicy. Okay, so put lots of masalas, kothmeer, amchur, even fresh kothmeer and pudina. Okay, and then put it into the oven. Dry it. It'll come out all crispy. You can even package these and carry them as nibblers when you are traveling. And especially vegetarians traveling internationally are not going to get dals in every meal. So if you want to carry your clothes for the pizza pasta that you have to eat in Europe, you carry all this sprouted moong, which you can just put it in a Ziploc. You're going for 12 days, carry 24, one for lunch, one for dinner. And then you open it up and either eat it like a chatpata snack, or you buy a cup of Greek yogurt and mix it in that and eat it like a moong chaat. Or then you powder this and make it into a powder and then carry it and then sprinkle it on your salad and put it into your roti and gundo your atta, or put it in your dal and double your protein, or sprinkle it on your aloo ka sabzi and make it protein rich.
Oh, this is such an amazing idea.
Oh, okay.
Never thought of this.
Okay, good.
What about tofu?
I like soy, but I'm very cautious of it, okay, because a lot of it is GMO modified, okay, so there's a lot of modification in it, so I'm not very pro soy. Occasionally, not a bad idea, but too much, I'm not a soy person.